Hi, Aries. Hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Brian. I am your queer psychic bestie, and I have a reading for you guys today. This is going to be a mid-month check-in for the sign of Aries. So if you have Aries anywhere in your chart, maybe you vibe with Aries, you could be a cross-watcher, whatever the case may be here, this reading may resonate with you. As always, this is the internet, so take what resonates and leave what does not. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you could do that through email or form submission on my website. Aries, we are one day late because I have had a slammed weekend, so please forgive that we are one day late. All right, let's get into this. Let's see what's going on for your mid-month. We're not doing a set spread. We're just doing 6 across, clarifying by 2s. And that just kind of helps your guides take me where they want to go, talk about what they want to talk about, and just I like to leave the reading a little bit more open, a little bit more free form for the mid-months so that I can just sort of let them take the reins. So, let's get into it. Bottom of the deck is your challenge. Ooh, the devil. Strength and judgment. The Empress. Aries. Aries. Why do we have someone coming back around? This is a crazy reading for you guys already in the challenge. The challenge for your mid-month Aries is that it seems like you have someone resurfacing. The Devil and Strength with Judgment and the Empress. This could be a romantic partner. This could be you could have children with this person. But it feels like this is someone that you have like insane chemistry with is almost how this is coming through. Because the way I'm getting this, like with the Devil and the Strength card, is that it was so difficult to walk away simply because of the connection. And now that it's resurfacing with Judgment, I feel like some of you guys are, it feels like you're kind of playing with this a little bit, like you're toying with it, with the idea of letting this resurface. I will remind you what I remind everyone, X's are X's for a reason. We don't drink poison just because we're thirsty. But let's see what's happening. Let's see what's going on here. And try to unpack this and see if this is a right, like a good move or not. Let's get into it. You start with the Five of Wands in the Tower. So right off the bat, we're a bit jostled by this right off the bat. I feel like with the Five of Wands in the Tower, some of you guys are having like a conflicting like morals is almost what I want to say about this. Like, I almost feel like some of you guys, like this was a connection that was full of drama. And so it feels like you are really questioning, do I want that again? Like, is that something I really even want to invite back into my life? You know, with the Tower there, I think that it is a shakeup as well. You know, it's not something you really expected. I can't make it up. The Two of Cups just flew out. So we're definitely dealing with a soulmate here. Okay, soulmate, soul connection, soul contract. It's all the same words. Aries just in different avenues, okay? Three of Pentacles, Five of Cups. Yeah. For a lot of you guys, it feels like there was some sort of building taking place with this person. And then it feels like with that Five of Cups, it almost sort of disintegrates. Because the way that my guides are giving this to me is like, everyone is different behind closed doors. I feel like this was someone who on the surface you were very much like, yes, this is it. Like, this is a great prospect for me. This is a great move for me. I feel like this was someone who appeared very put together. But with the King of Cups in the challenge, I don't feel like this was someone who necessarily was able to kind of, the way my guides are giving this to me is like talk the talk and walk the walk. You know, I feel like this is someone who's very, again, it's coming through like this, like on paper, very good. It's like kind of when you look at a job on paper and you're like, wow, this would be amazing. And then you get it and it sucks. That's kind of what this is, Aries. Some of you, this may be a job. I don't know, like a business partnership. I could see this as a business partnership. I can't see this as like corporate. But this, it's coming across as like on paper, things looked really good. And then my guides are showing me white out. And then you were kind of like, ooh, I'm good. So I think it's interesting that this is coming back around and you're kind of considering it. Dare I say considering it? The Hierophant, maybe you were married to this person. Hierophant is marriage, but higher levels of commitment. Page of Pentacles, King of Cups. Like I said, you could have children with this person. It's coming through really loud, Aries. You know, I feel like this is someone with like the Hierophant, the King of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. It feels like this is someone that was probably a little bit more business oriented. Like I said, this could be like relationship and business. Like if you had a partner that you opened a business with or you went into business with, that's coming through really loud. But it almost feels like, I think in the shadow aspect of this person, they treated your relationship like a business a little bit is what I'm getting. Like it was very, I'm hearing the word tactile, which I think is really odd because tactile is like touch. You know, like I think tactile and I think of like a button that makes a noise when I push it. So maybe this was a very handsy relationship, but it feels like with this Page of Pentacles, this person was very much transactional with their love here or with this relationship. They were like, oh, I bought you this dress, so now you have to do something for me, or I paid for dinner, so now you have to do something. There's sort of this like weird undercurrent here where I feel like you didn't 100% trust this person, but with the King of Cups at the same time, I feel like you have a lot of love for this person. Tell me more about this. This is really juicy. This is like 90210. The Magician. I feel like Aries, I feel like you called this back in a little bit yourself as well. You know, I say this to all my collectives. I say this to my clients as well. The more you think about someone, even if it's just in passing, if it's a lot, you're ringing that cosmic bell is what I call it. If you think about every person has a string attached to your head that goes up into like a giant cosmic web. Every time you think about someone, you tug their string a little bit and it alerts them. They're suddenly like, wait, I'm thinking about this person. Why? Aries, I feel like you and this person are thinking about each other. I feel like this is definitely like a, excuse me, I didn't even say the word. I think some of you guys don't want to admit that this was a fated connection. Keep in mind that soulmate, soul contract, soul connection, all of these things are the same thing. They're just, like I said, in different avenues. A soulmate's going to be romantic. A soul contract could be a friend, could be business. But it's essentially just someone you have karma to play out with. And it is a soul contract. You're here to learn from one another. This feels like that, Aries. It feels like this was a really powerful, I almost want to say potent as well, like really potent connection. Because in your next two cards, you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. So, like I said, Queen of Pentacles, mom card, definitely children here. Definitely could have a child with this person. But the Three of Swords is heartbreak and devastation. It almost feels like this person, or however this connection ended, it hurt you a lot. I feel like it did a number on you. Give me more about this. Ooh. Four of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Cups, Four of Cups in the reverse. Oh, okay, there's no fixing this. That's what I just heard really loud. I wanted to say that out loud so I wouldn't forget it. With the Four of Cups in reverse, the way I heard that really loud when it came out with the Ace of Cups was there's no fixing this. Ace of Cups is love, and the Wheel of Fortune is divine intervention. So it almost feels like, however this ended between you and this person, it feels like you came from the perspective of like, well, there's no fixing this. There's no going back from this. And I feel like with that Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, there's almost this feeling here, Aries, of like, well, have things shifted? Have things changed? Have they? Let's see. Have things changed? Eight of Pentacles. Okay. And the Sun. I almost feel like something that's changed between the two of you guys here is that both of you are kind of willing to fight for your own happiness right now. With that Eight of Pentacles, one or both of you could be workaholics. That's coming through pretty loud. Sun is also a card of Leo. You could have Leo in your chart. But it almost feels like you're both This is such a soap opera reading. The way I'm hearing it is like you're both willing to risk it to be happy. This to me, this is a funny reading. Aries, I'm going to be honest with you. I normally don't do, like, I don't like doing extra turn readings because they don't usually show up in different energies, but I don't want to jinx anyone, but this is kind of looking pretty good. Dare I even say it? I'm kind of scared to say it. I'm kind of scared to give you, like, hope if it doesn't work out. You've got Temperance and the King of Wands. So, Aries, what I'm going to say here for this mid-month is that you need to judge based on, I'm hearing ostensibly, on physical action here. With Temperance and the King of Wands, I do feel like regardless of whether or not you were the masculine or the feminine energy here, keep in mind we have both in us, there is definitely a need to see, put your money where your mouth is. I feel like you could be dealing with someone that they're very good at talking it, like I said, talking the talk, but maybe not walking the walk. And I feel like you need to judge this situation solely based off physical action. You know, are there physical, let's say you give someone a second shot, is there changed behavior? Is there more action oriented? I don't know how to say that without it sounding redundant. Action oriented action coming from this person. You know, like, are they showing up? Are they putting the effort in? I feel like that's where you guys, yeah, Six of Wands in the challenge. I feel like some of you guys, because I'm a little sus about this. I'm not going to lie. I feel like you guys might be a little bit as well. I think you're kind of looking at this like, because that's how I'm looking at it. Because even your last three cards here, we've got the Fool, Death, and then the Three of Wands. Aries, this is a very interesting reading. I can't get over it. It really does feel like I'm not here to tell you whether or not this is a good idea. I am here to tell you that you need to figure that out for yourself. You need to, with Death and the Fool here, it is up to you. You know this person. I don't know this person. I know their energy. I know how they're showing up, but I don't know them. You do. It's really up to you to sort of navigate this and see, have they changed? With Death and the Fool, I think a lot of you guys need to really look at all the flags that are presented here. I think for some of you guys, you're sort of focused on yourselves right now, which is really important. Continue to focus on yourself, but you also need to look at this person and decide if they're worth your time again. Sometimes we split with people and eventually we find our way back to one another. You know, I'm not going to tell you that doesn't exist. I will tell you it's a lot rarer than what I've read for everything else. Wow, the Emperor. Guys, the Queen of Pentacles. Why do I feel like this person is really stepping up to the plate right now? Two of Wands. Yeah, I almost feel like, Aries, I almost feel like, take it slow is what I want to say here. You know, with the Emperor, the Queen of Pentacles. Like I said, Queen of Pentacles twice, definitely children here. But I feel like this is a moment of you have to let their actions speak really loud for them. You have to really, like, take your time and discern whether or not this person is as leveled up as you are perceiving them to be. Two of Wands is patience. It is waiting for your ships, I almost said your sinks, your ships to come in. Okay, so with that Emperor, it feels like this person is coming in kind of like, okay, I am ready, I am here, I am available. But I think you are also kind of fishy about it. I don't know. I can't really, like, shake that. You know, in your challenge is the Queen of Swords. Don't overthink it. I really feel like, Aries, this is a very clear reading in your advice portion here. You know, it is quite literally sit and watch. You know, like, I almost want to say, like, not like a creeper, you know, with like a pair of opera binoculars, but you need to observe this person for sure and see how they're showing up, what they're offering. Oh my goodness, justice? Justice is like legal matters, so maybe they're offering... I also just heard recompense, death and the star. It really does... All right, Aries, I'm on board here, babe. I can't lie to you. It really does seem like this person is showing up a lot differently. Keep in mind, this is a rare reading. I don't give these often. They are really with death and the star and justice. I think that this person had a really, I almost want to say ugly wake-up call with this split. This could be like a break situation as well. Keep in mind, this doesn't have to be like you split. Like you could have been on a break with this person, but there's something here about them really coming into their own. Okay, baseball. I just saw baseball. They could play baseball. Maybe they like baseball. Maybe you like baseball. That just came through, so I'll drop it there for you. I really feel like this person is showing up very different than you're expecting them to. I can't shake it, babe. Empress at the bottom of the deck. If this person is really willing to give to you, Aries, receive it. Okay? You know, like I said, take it slow. Don't get married after a week. But it really does feel like this person's showing up so different. The Tower. I really can't get over it. That's fucking crazy. And the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I think a lot of you guys right now, your advice is so loud. Hold back a little bit. Okay? Stand firm in your ability to receive in the reception of this energy, but do not overgive, Aries. I feel like some of you guys are going to have a tendency here, a little bit of a trauma response to like try to give a lot to this person. Don't. This is very much like let them come to you. One more, please. And then we'll get an oracle card for you. Seven of Swords. You don't trust it, and I understand it. Listen, 90% of this reading, I didn't trust it either. This is really, Aries, as much as I'd love to tell you definitively what to do here, this is truly a tough reading because it is very much like time will tell. This person is showing up. What I can tell you is they're showing up at a very different energy. You know, it feels like they've leveled up a lot, like they've really started taking themselves seriously and their life seriously. But where that goes and where this connection leads is really up for, I almost want to say interpretation, but it's sort of up for debate, right? It really does depend on where they take it, where you go with it, and what kind of happens, you know? But let's get you guys an oracle card. This is the Angelarium. It is my favorite oracle deck. I use it literally all the time. If you've watched any video from me ever, you've seen it. I'm always using the Angelarium. I love it. So let's see what's going on. What is Aries' advice? I guess I'm taking that one. Girls, you're really being cautioned here. Girls is gender neutral for me as well, just so everyone knows. I say girly all the time. I'm referring to everyone. Zadkiel, Angel of Mercy. That's crazy for this one to come out. I'm going to read it to you. You're going to understand why. It's a weird reading, Aries. I'm telling you, I really was not expecting this at all. 67 for those of you into numerology. Okay. You have been given permission to act, but your actions don't come without a price to others. The moments when you feel the most justified are also when you need to show the greatest respect to others. If there is an opportunity to be merciful, put down your sword and let your power speak for itself. I mean, Aries, this is textbook. I don't have to explain that card to you. I don't have to interpret that card. There is no intuitive message with that one, babe. It is just show mercy if you feel like it is a moment to show mercy when you feel the most justified, okay? Aries, that's your mid-month. I'm going to end your reading there. That's what I've got for you guys today. If this reading was helpful, if you like my reading style, do consider liking and subscribing. We are on the road to 200 subscribers, which is so exciting. If you guys would like to interact with me on a live basis, I do go live 3 days a week on Twitch. You can find me Wednesday and Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. EST, as well as Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. EST. Okay. Additionally, there is a oh my goodness, my brain literally wanted me to be like, there's a YouTube channel. Babe, we're on YouTube. You're watching this on YouTube. There is a Discord server and a wonderful community that we have built that is available for you as well. Aries, you can join that if you would like. Drop by on one of the days that we have streamed. The mods are always posting it, the link to it. If you want before then, just comment on a video, ask for the link, I'll shoot it to you, okay? Aries, I leave this for you. Do with it what you will. Keep me updated. Who said that? I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is whenever you're watching this video. I hope to see you on Twitch one of these days, and I'll catch you in the next video. Okay? Bye.